about some tourist stuff, and I'm like, nah, that's not right. That's not right. He didn't write the Bible.
I've been, I honestly agree with you in a sense where I've been finding discernment a lot more, um, a lot more like necessary now, and it's a really weird feeling because it's in the places that I wouldn't expect it the most. Like, it's in like it's in like I'm sure everybody has seen like the whole drama with the skit and Drewski and everything like that. For me, that's where I'm really finding the most discernment right now. For a lot of people finding their own discernment because I feel like now a lot like that veil is starting to be unlifted, and a lot of people are kind of seeing it as, oh, that's what I look like that's what I'm doing, like, and it's wild to me.
Yeah, because you don't need extreme theatrics.
Exactly. It's
There was no
it's
need for you to be hanging from the ceiling and flying around to preach the
literally
word.
because why are you doing that? It's just it's so wild, and because one thing that has really been like a major thing on my mind in a sense is the idea of performance over or practice over performance. Um and just seeing how performative the not only just not I don't want to say Christian scene because I don't want to put it into just one scope, but I feel like it becomes wider where it's more of a religious sense where putting it into this super performative, you know, area is so it does so much more harm than good, and it's all for the wrong reasons, and I can understand like that's where parts of me that's where the parts of me that where people under like don't like religion and stuff like that, where I can understand them because I don't like those certain parts, or I don't like those parts where it's like you have to try and show out. Like, no, the Bible says, no, the Bible and God says, come as you are, not make a scene, but come as you are. And
Yeah.
so it just it's so like the idea of that performance is just so like it I don't like it because it seems like more of a mockery than anything. And that's what I don't like. It seems like more of a mockery than anything else.
Two things to add to that. First, I'd like to say I have found that out of all of the religions, Christianity seems to get mocked the most, and I think that's because it's the truest one, obviously. And then, oh, I've lost my second thought. Hang on. What were you talking about just moments ago?
How it feels like a
Oh,
mockery.
I got it. Yeah. So in the Bible, it says to not preach out and not pray out in the streets for the acceptance of man, and to not put on a show for it and look good outwardly, while inwardly you are a dirty bowl. So
Mm.
having all the extreme performativism is just excess and against the Bible. Well, yes, you can look good, you can dress good, and you can preach the word well. But I mean, there's only so far you can go. You don't need a private jet. You don't need to be having theatrics and pyrotechnics coming from the floor and the ceilings. You don't need to be
Exactly.
floating around everyone to get your message across.
The idea of, in my opinion, a pastor owning a private jet or something like that, like I don't mind them having a nice car if that's what they're blessed with, if that's what their congregation, blesses them with, if whatever, however the Lord helps them obtain that, cool. But I don't like the idea of pastors owning Rolls Royces, Bentleys, private jets and
Oh,
things like that.
I
It's just
wasn't reading. Now
because
my name's been pink.
it's just
Can I join a host
how
net
does
or
that
what?
what happened?
Sorry, I had my name ping.
Oh, you're good. Um, but it screams to me like that sense of idealism, trying to mix that in with God, and God is not an idea. He is God. And so when people try to do that,
Yeah,
it feels so just downright disrespectful, because it's like you can't make God an idea. You can't make, he's the one who gives us idea. He's the one who gives us everything that we need. Therefore, how are we going to form him down to an idea when he's the reason why we have our ideas to begin with?
exactly. To put on a show because you're trying to further the word is it's an idea, not a good one, honestly, because it's not anywhere near what the word calls for us to do. We're called to be humble, and I mean, where are they getting money that they spent for all this pyrotechnics on the stage? It's
Literally.
going to be covered from the pockets of those who are attending. It's
Literally.
entertainment, and that's not what the Bible's for. It's not entertainment. It's the word. It's our law, and then the truth. Like
Isn't
literally
it biblically
everything we need.
accurate that churches aren't even allowed, like churches aren't even supposed to take like donations and stuff like that?
I actually haven't looked into that. I've heard about tithes, but I haven't seen or like looked into it. But honestly, I should because that is very interesting.
And
And
then let me
honestly,
explain real quick. Tay and Angel, this is really just like open-ended conversation. Just kind of anything that's been on your mind, anything that you want to make a mention of, talk about. We're just having open-ended conversation right now, just, really expressing kind of different things that, we want, to see, you know, change or not change, but just different things that we find interesting that we see in daily life or whatever, and just different things like that. So this is more so just open-ended conversation. Is there anything that you have interest or of in that you want to say today? Actually, as a matter of fact, yeah, you say something.
First off, I'm trying to stay awake right here. Okay.
Out that boy tired.
Second off, you know what? Second off, I'm not gonna speak. I'm not just playing. Yeah, I heard what you're saying about all the that Drewski stuff and all that. Yeah, that's crazy. It is literally how these mega church pastors are, though. And on what you're saying about the, um, I think the donations are biblical. It's just the fact that when you look at people like Apostle Paul, like he actually mentioned how he was working so that he didn't feel like a burden to the people that he was in the towns that he was visiting and preaching at. He
Mm,
made sure he was still working hard with his hands and stuff like that.
got
So
you.
I don't know how
Okay.
I feel about
oh,
pastors using their still making that their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah, I
getting
got you.
paid from the church. I don't know how I feel about that because, like I said, Apostle Paul was still working. So
That's what really confuses me is with pastors is them getting paid to do it is like I feel like that's more of like a you want to do it because you're trying to, preach the word of God, and that's something that shouldn't be charged, or like shouldn't be a you should this shouldn't be a job in my opinion.
no, I don't think so either.
Because in my opinion everybody's called to have a different message, like I could preach one way that, somebody likes that, somebody else doesn't like it. It's all very different. So it feels really weird to me that it's a job, kind of like how I go, like how me and you can go to, how we can all go to work and they get paid basically like a salary or a wage like us.
Yeah.
that is crazy, honestly.
On a side note, what am I doing on a cliff, and why is there like a trillion books in my inventory right now?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, there is a new spawn, brother. There's a new spawn, brother.
Yeah, I see that. I'm just gonna go where y'all at, I guess.
One thing I have been noticing though, I will say this, one thing I have been noticing a lot of is, I feel like the faith has been growing in my surroundings in a very different way. Like I feel like wow, not all my patients of course want to, be calm or whatever, or simply just, it's very different that, I guess in the hospital setting that I'm in, I'm enjoying seeing the fact that it feels a lot more calmer now, ever since I've really been leaning on God to not only set the tone for how I am at work, but for how the environment around me is. Like, I will not only pray for me, but I'll pray for the environment around me. And
Mm.
it feels like it's just getting much better. And it feels like a placebo to say for the hospital, because when you say that, things tend to get bad. But ultimately, for me, I'm very happy with how things are turning, because it feels like things are just becoming a lot more positive in the world. And it could have just been Christmas break or something like that, but people were really nice during Christmas break. I was enjoying it.
That's pretty awesome. That's good that you're feeling that though in your atmosphere and your surroundings and your day to day life.
Oh, for
Honestly, I think
sure.
it's amazing that you get to see the changes of the Lord around you. I'll be honest, my job doesn't really allow that kind of stuff. I mean, I get to see a whole slew of different people because I work at Walmart, but unfortunately, a lot of them do not follow the word, and I'll get different interesting points of view, but also very wrong. So
Oh
it's nice that
my
you got that
goodness.
opportunity to see a lot more.
Honestly, I think
Go ahead and drop
working
that,
in
Tony.
what happened?
So go ahead and drop that.
Oh no, not at all. I'll show you where my house is so that way you can bunk up.
Yeah, thanks. Hopefully
All
my
right,
chest is here too.
let's go.
I don't even know where my crap is.
Let's go. But one thing that I've always advocated for is the existence, and when people try to mention, you know, the existence and just the power of God, I think one thing that I always advocate for is just simply, like, look at when you ask for something, or look at when you pray for something, and it happens in a, oh wow, it logged me out. It
Me
happens in a
too.
different way than you think. And yes, it may be different, but it's still getting done. And it makes me think of kind of like that in a sense. Um, Hold on, my train of thought just my train my thought train just
Your
derailed
train
because of
just
that.
departed.
Yeah, just massively departed. It is in a whole different state right now.
I'll be honest, being able to work at Walmart and see so many different people also gives me the opportunity to preach the word to them. So I do try to do that as much as I can, though I can't go overboard, you know.
Yeah.
But I do get to preach. I get to be like, hey, have you tried praying or like getting with God? And all the tactics in the book I've tried, and some people seem really receptive to the idea, and others obviously are not. I get made fun of for it sometimes, but that's just an earthly thing. I set that aside and I try and pray for them and try and convert them, planting that seed and just, generally just trying to show what the Lord has given me and that they can have it too.
I think it's I think it's really I think it's really nice in terms of in
Y'all
that
should check the
environment
messages in
to
the
be
Bible
able
studies
to
chat thing.
what happened?
In the Bible studies voice chat thing,
Voice chat chat.
the text where the texts are. Angel's been typing and we've been having conversations. It's like 2 whole conversations going on this whole time.
Where is that at? Which
When your
which
mouse hovers over the Discord,
which channel?
there's gonna be in Bible study voice channel, it has its own chat.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay, let me bring you over here real quick. Hold on. Let's pull that up here in a second. Let me bring this man over to my base so that way he can build. You know what? There's a big plot of land you can build next to it.
Nice. In my Vinland Saga era.
You want to see something cool? Watch this. Stand back.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm glad I get the
Oh,
opportunity every day to meet someone new, spread the word, be a good person just generally. Because
what in
I mean,
the
obviously,
world?
I'm not a good person, but I can show that, you know, you can have a great mentality with the Lord. He's given
Right.
me so much, and I'm able to thank him for everything. And I like showing that to other people. Some people truly think the
Absolutely.
world's out to get them and are very selfish. So being able
Definitely.
to show them that's not how it always is. That's not how it always is a little nice. I like the opportunity, and the Lord gives that to me.
Absolutely, brother.
I will say, I've noticed. I don't know the exact quote. Do as thou shalt be the will of the law. Something close to that. There's a quote from Aleister Crowley, who pretty sure was a Satanist.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah,
very bad one.
and yeah, and that has been
Yeah,
becoming very
it was
popular,
do
being
it thou
very
will.
selfish. Yeah, and being selfish was like a core, and it's getting very popular nowadays. If someone gets ran over, how many people do you think would truly stop to try to help that man?
Yeah,
It's
I
definitely
don't
not
think
many.
many would stop to help someone who just got hit by something.
oh no. And it's more insane to me to think that I there's this one content creator. His name is Clivickler. Clivickler. There we go. There was there was a guy, he had a stalker, granted, and everything like that. So, things already weren't in a good area or whatever. But the way he handled the guy, so basically, his stalker ran up on him, you know, and was trying to harass him, whatever. He was in his car. So, in my opinion, he was in an area where, he was just kind of safe. But the guy continued to try and, just harass him while he's in his car, just yelling, stuff like that, just hitting his window a little bit. And the guy and the content creator actually backs up. And keep in mind, this is a electric car. So the acceleration on it is instant.
Right.
Full on just guns it straight at the guy and actually hits him. Like full on hits him. The
Wow.
people in the car with him were going like, "Oh my gosh, like I think you just killed him." And he goes, "Good." Like it's actually insane to think there's no sympathy even in moments like that where it's like, "Yes, I get he was harassing you. He was making you uncomfortable or whatever." But dude, like that's insane to me just to think about. It's like it's certain things like that that make me like realize it's kind of like people aren't as compassionate as they used to be anymore.
Definitely not. I mean, especially he's not like he was in any danger, clearly. And then he
Exactly.
just drove away. Sure.
So for me, because I can understand, I kind of understand what you guys are saying, but that also made me think of that. And as soon as I thought of that, I was like, oh, that's an interesting like thing I just thought of.
Yeah.
I mean, the lack of care is getting seriously, like, large. I will note. A lot of people stop caring about others. Have you seen what Gen Alpha has come up to be?
Oh my
I don't know.
gosh, don't even. Oh, it's so bad.
The parents care so little about their own children that they've diverted their job to iPads and are letting that raise their kids. And when their kids cry and scream, they only teach them that the more they do that, the more they get the iPad, which is
Uh,
healthy for them because it's just dopamine after dopamine, and that
right.
just makes them zombies.
It's it
So
and actually speaking of that, another crazy story I just heard. There was a Gen Alpha kid who shot his father over him not being able to play on his tablet.
Wow. That's
that's wild.
insane.
Insane. It goes to show to me how absolutely technology dependent, and it's it's scary to think about how like how much it like people are now because they're willing to go to those types of lengths, and that's a kid.
Speaking of, I've noticed. Well, first off, there was this guy went around asking Gen Alpha just on the internet and in person questions, and a lot of responses was, "Why bother thinking when AI can just do that for us?"
Oh
Oh
my
Like
my.
god.
legitimately relying on something else to do your thinking. And then to add on, the kids, unfortunately, are developmentally wrong. They're hitting puberty much younger than they should and are taught sexual things much younger than they should. So they're mentally and
Mm.
physically unprepared for the things that are forcibly happening to them.
Hmm. It's sad to
Unfortunately,
think
like
about
the world,
how much kids are being pushed to be adults now from such a young
exactly.
age, and like it's like they don't really even get a chance to get a childhood because so many things are being pushed on them that they realistically would never had to have interest in to begin with.
Joel has a story.
Ooh, do tell story.
Live official release just connected. Oh, the scientist wrote. I remember
Oh,
us
you finally
playing
saw the
that.
scientist room?
Yeah, nice.
So I'm working on. I think I need to make this one block out further this way, but I do also want to make this a little bit bigger. I'm not gonna lie. So I also want to make a huge area and then have maybe like just little zoned in areas or something like that for each one. Kind of like how
Nice.
the
I like
villagers do
that.
it, how they have how kind of like how the villagers already do it, where they have their own houses and then it just have the bell that brings them back home.
Yeah.
But
What have we still not found what's dying around us?
no, still haven't.
It's the demons because I pulled up.
Mm.
It's been like that for days,
I've been here for days. What I'm saying?
and it's posted.
Mm. So it was pushed on you when you were young. And I'm sorry to
Yeah,
hear that, because as from your older brother, mm-mm.
it is
I'm sorry, I
unfortunate.
missed it. What happened?
Text in the chat of the voice channel. He posted a
As an
story.
older brother myself, I will say I would never do that. And with my own little brother in this server, yeah, no. No.
For
I
real.
would
I'm
genuinely
also an
be
older brother.
I'd be
Cannot
pissed
imagine doing something like that.
Oh well.
at all.
Do what? You do what? Oh,
You take my XP,
I did, yeah, my bad.
man, over
Please
here
don't
just
kill me for
snatching
it.
my XP.
Oh. So I stepped outside for the first time. Can you guess what happened?
You got attacked by like 5 to 7 different, what's it called?
you hear that sound,
No, it's
Tony?
even worse.
What happened?
All of the
Did you hear?
grass textures are
Did you hear that
missing.
sound?
Did I hear what sound?
The sound of my skin being changed.
That's a terrifying sound to hear if that's so. He said the sound of my skin being changed. Okay, Morphling.
Yes. Where's your weapons at?
He said,
I
"Where's
need
my
a weapon.
weapons?"
I need me a nice sword. Did you get a katana pack yet?
There is a katana in this.
How do you make it?
I don't know. The creator, actually the one who puts all the packs and stuff is in here right now.
Is
This also should be in your books. So read.
boy, I got a billion books, bro. The only
Read.
book I'm picking up is the word.
Read them.
He said,
Which
Read
one
them.
even is it? I'm being attacked
I don't
everywhere I
know. Have you
go.
tried
Your
reading
house
them?
is not safe.
if
Old
you
is
ask
fine.
me how to craft things, I honestly don't
For
know.
the oldest of 5. Oof. Oof.
Okay, well, what would it
Wow.
be under at least? Let me think.
5.
Hmm? Also, I just wanted to say I'm
Oof.
probably not
That's
My
a
going to be
lot.
on for long
gosh.
because I
Oh
am
my
like super
gosh.
tired.
Hold on, I'm trying to process. There's four other of y'all?
You should get him in the
4?
server.
More?
More.
What's happening?
No.
5. That's wild.
The fuck's happening
Tony's
over
dying anyway.
there?
I think it's the chat.
Oh my
Also,
gosh.
I just want to say
9?
probably not going to be on for long because of the fact that I'm like so tired.
Bro, I feel you, dog. I literally had to set an alarm because I had to take a nap before this Bible study. I was crashing out.
Yeah, dude, I was out eating, so I didn't get to join. I gotta go grab my damn thing.
That is a large amount. I've got 2 other siblings right now.
Anyway, what y'all on about?
Actually, I did get lucky. They are some of the best siblings I could ask for.
Siblings. Y'all got siblings?
I know. I think I lucked out with a great family.
I
Definitely some
have
hardships,
3
but
Y'all got a
siblings.
family?
Yo, you serious?
he just started existing. It's his first day of existence.
Y'all are existing?
Okay, yo.
When did I get?
This man's a figment of our imagination.
I'm just a concept. I'm just talking about.
Literally. Bro, what kind
Yeah,
of weapon? How do you even craft these weapons, dog? I'm
yeah,
seeing
in fact, I
domain
mean,
expansions.
yeah, domain expansion. I'm a
I'm
level one
seeing
back shots.
bro, yo, legit. That's on the ingredients. That's
That's
crazy, dog.
fucking.
What am I, what am I supposed to do?
Give us green dye now.
I gave
He
you
said
a
what?
singular cactus.
Look, that singular cactus
Oh
has
yeah.
not grown.
Well, maybe you should stay. Maybe you should nurture it. Maybe talk
What do
to
you
it.
mean nurture it?
You know, offer the
How do you
offer the
nurture a
I
first two
mean,
cactus?
harvests.
our Lord spoke into existence light and life itself.
Yeah,
He
you're
could give
supposed to
you the
offer the
gift
first two
to
harvests.
nurture a
Harvest.
cactus.
How do you nurture a plant
You
that
you
barely even nurtures itself?
drop shit next
You
to
just,
it, and it
bro,
will
you
pick it up.
just put it there, bro, and it's gonna grow. Cactus grows anywhere for real.
Bro, I
And you need
promise you
sand,
it's
and you
not
can't have
growing,
shit placed
dog.
around it.
Maybe
It's
you're
been
not
on that
speaking life
one.
into
It's
it.
been on that one for. Why does the skeleton have no bow?
Maybe it's
Because
not
they can
in
break over
render
time.
distance. And then yeah, we just don't kill the skeleton and it breaks its bow because we don't die.